Greetings, it is I, Lillian, second name. I am giving my 2-week review. It's not really a review. I tried a product, you should try it. No, it's like my 2-week update of my experience on feminizing hormone replacement therapy. I have been taking oral estradiol once a day. I was prescribed originally just for monotherapy, so not taking any T blockers, which can be effective. Was prescribed 6 milligrams a day originally, but that's like a number that could be the right amount, but you don't have to start that high, but you can. I elected to start a little higher. At my appointment, I was prescribed 4 milligrams a day, so that's taking 2 milligram tablets a day. But then I also was like, I didn't know if I was ready for like all of the immediate effects straight away. There's a lot of effects on mood, and since my mood has been reasonably stable as far as I can see, I didn't want it to suddenly be a lot to deal with that could lead me to doubt whether the medication is something that I should be taking, which I was scared of because I do still doubt a lot. And though I know I want the effects of the medication, I still doubt that I should be doing it. And I don't like that. So I like totally whipped out and I just took like 1 milligram for the first 2 weeks. And I'm on 2 milligrams a day now, which is more reasonable, and then I'll move up to 4, and then I'll have a checkup after 3 months, and we might have to move to 6. So there you go. But so that's a little overview of the dosage that I'm on. I'd like to try to avoid taking blockers, but my testosterone level was pretty high to start with, so I may need to do that, but we'll see how it goes after the blood tests I get. After 3 months, which would have been 2 months on 4 milligrams a day. Yeah, and then maybe we'll try 6 as well, and then I might need blockers after that. But anyway, so my experience, after maybe half an hour of the first pill that I took, that's when, if you're taking oral medication, you start digesting and absorbing that into your bloodstream, so you should be able to feel effects after that first half hour. And I did really notice that. I felt very relaxed, which was nice, and just kind of like chill and happy and relaxed. But I also felt more like fun, and like there was less of a barrier behind expression, which is something I have heard about. The comparison between estrogen and testosterone being the sort of sex hormones that your body runs on. Of course, I still probably have a pretty large amount of testosterone, but that difference, that effect of the estrogen in my bloodstream was noticeable and positive. I felt at that stage that I could really identify some of the dysphoria that I wasn't completely aware of before with that comparison, because immediately once I found myself more immediately reactive to things, or just like I can show excitement or I can show happiness or those sort of positive emotions. I had found before that with the sort of shield that I've found personally that testosterone has put for me, I've noticed the difference between women who do run on estrogen, as I say, to differentiate. If something happens and they react in a immediate sort of positive way, then I feel uncomfortable seeing that because I don't do that, and I see that as a difference. I don't want there to be that difference. So, the immediate reaction on the estrogen with that in my bloodstream, just noticing that I didn't have as much of that barrier and I was more immediately reactive to these subtle positive experiences, I would say. I also felt, like a wave of euphoria, possibly just due to the fact that I had started the medication that I knew I wanted, but also because that removal of the dysphoria, because euphoria and dysphoria are obviously two sides of the same coin. So that was probably the strongest reaction that I felt. Later that day, I felt, yes, I took about 1 p.m. and then by about 6 p.m. I was very sleepy, still kind of enjoying the ride, happy and fun and relaxed, but very sleepy. So I kind of crashed. I just had to have a nap. One slight negative, I did feel, as I talked about in my last video, I did feel a little anxious as well, which was an interesting combination, feeling happy, tired, and anxious and relaxed all at the same time. So the next day I crashed and had to have a nap a similar time, and then that third day it wasn't a problem. And the other thing I want to mention that I hadn't talked about before, I have heard anecdotally experiences of trans men when they start testosterone that they feel that their perception becomes a lot more clear. They sort of obtain this sort of clarity on all of their surroundings, I think, or that's how I would interpret it, because what I've felt is, and I think this is related to that sort of immediate reactivity, but I felt like things that were in the front of my vision were more vivid, but that the background was there's less clarity in perception of the background. This is an experience I haven't heard other people have, but it's also how I describe my experiences with a loss of clarity due to any other sort of substance or reaction, or like medical reaction or something. I'm sorry about the beeping in the background, the Facebook notifications. It's really annoying me, and I should have turned the sound off on my computer. Sorry if it's annoying you. I'm gonna ignore it if I can, because I don't want to do this video again. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so I say yes, but I don't actually remember what I was saying. I'm hoping it comes to me, and I should edit this out, but I don't want to edit it. This is real. You're getting the real me in this video. You know, 5 of my closest friends who have spare time. Oh my god, I'm totally lost. Give me 1 second. Clarity. Ironic. So the other experience that I have where I experienced this similar, perhaps lack of clear awareness of my background is recently I had a bit of a fever, and my sort of mental state felt kind of similar, I guess. Not that I feel like I have a fever now, but there was something relatable in that experience. But the immediacy of the front of my vision and the vividness, as compared to without any of the estrogen, that sort of complete clarity, I guess, is a way I can describe my experience. So I may think more on that and talk more on that later, because I find that interesting. But that's something I want to note anyway. So other than that, longer term, I sort of overcame that tiredness a little bit, but I still feel at a certain point after I've taken the medication that perhaps when it's at its sort of peak, because it sort of peaks once it gets absorbed, and then it sort of goes down until you take the next dose. So sort of at the peak, I feel more relaxed and more free, I guess. And other than that, with such a low dose, and considering I have such high levels of testosterone before the dose, and it's only 2 weeks, I shouldn't really be seeing any physical changes. So what I did notice was I started to question though. Like I started to look at my jaw and think, is there like more fat around there? And I thought there was for a bit, but then I don't think there is. And my girlfriend said that perhaps the muscles in my back look like they weren't as I've forgotten the term, but toned. I get, or like that there's either some high level subcutaneous fat covering the muscle definition. She also felt, and I agree, that my butt feels different, a little softer. She also commented that perhaps there's a bit of subcutaneous fat buildup around here, but I did a 2-week measurement. I haven't noticed any difference in measurements. So there's no visual change and no change in measurement, but a possible change in terms of a tactile change. So this is nearing the amount of time I have to be able to spend filming, and I think that's kind of the end of that description. So yeah, we'll see how 2 weeks on the 2 milligrams go. I probably still won't expect to be seeing any changes after that, and then I expect to move up to 4 milligrams, and I may be experiencing mood swings at that point because I haven't really done that yet. So that's my update at the moment, and I'll be posting again later. In terms of other things, still haven't recorded that song I was going to, and I don't have COVID. Those results came in pretty quickly. So okay, bye.